Welcome back to the channel, folks, where today, late April, early May, we look at a small shrub or tree which is a fragrant, early flowering deciduous perennial, otherwise known as the common lilac or Syringa vulgaris. Surprisingly, this plant is in the family Oleaceae, which is the olive family. So, let's jump straight in there and do a roadside appraisal on the boundary of a woodland garden. Welcome, folks, to another episode of Wildlife Ranger, where today the habitat that we find ourselves in is along a busy road. What we have behind us is the plant of the day, just above us here and slightly behind me. And the plant that we are looking at today is the common lilac or Syringa vulgaris, which surprisingly is a plant in the family Oleaceae or the olive family. In today's episode, we're briefly going to outline the habitat which it is found in, and we're in a small woodland garden right adjacent to a major highway, so I do apologise for the road noise. In this episode, we will look at this deciduous perennial plant which flowers between April and June. And we'll be looking at the floristic and vegetative characteristics. So let's begin by looking at the floristic characteristic. The plant flowers in the form of a panicle, and off the panicle, the inflorescence, we have various branches of flowers which are known as thrices or thyrsus, and we explain both those terms in the video that follows. Turning to the flower itself, the flower contains 4 sepals which are joined at the base. The tube beneath those petals is about 1 to 2 centimetres, and it has sepals holding it together. Within the petals, just at the level of the tube, emerges 4 stamens, and also in there is 1 style which is a slight split out at its end. So that is the floristic characteristic of the flower. Turning to the vegetative characteristic, what we see here is that the plant has leaves in opposite pairs, and the leaves are smooth with entire edges and have a heart-shaped base. Towards the end, they have a mucinate point in botanical terms. So that, I don't know if the camera will pick it out, is the leaf of Syringa vulgaris, the common lilac. And this is a plant which forms numerous cultivars. Above me here is the panicles of the white cultivar, and directly behind me we have the mauve and violet form of the cultivar. Once again, the habitat that we're in, on the side of a very busy highway, so again I apologise for the road noise, and directly in front of me quite an extensive little garden woodland where we have 2, 3, 4, 5 fairly mature lilac trees, or cultivars of lilac trees. Lilac is a non-native plant which was introduced from the Balkans circa 16th century and is now naturalised and found in the landscape. It is a popular deciduous perennial which is used as an ornamental in gardens and parks. It can take the form as a large shrub or small tree and is widely cultivated. The vernacular name of the plant is relatively straightforward, it's simply being known as common lilac. The Latin epithet is also straightforward, with the prefix syringa derived from the Greek word for pipe or tube, relating to the flower corolla, also giving its name to the word syringe. The suffix vulgaris simply means common or widespread. So, let us do a quick recap of the descriptive botany, including a few words on the dichotic features of cultivars. As we have seen, the common lilac is a deciduous tree or shrub, which is a perennial growing up to 7 metres or 35 foot tall. The flowers have a tubular base to the corolla of approximately 6 to 10 millimetres in length, and it has an open 4-lobed apex which is approximately 5 to 8 millimetres across. The flowers are radially symmetrical and are therefore actinomorphic. As stated, individual flowers are approximately 1 centimetres across and critically are fused together at the tubular base. The plant has 4 stamens just above the tube level. It has 1 stigma with a single green stigma split into 2 parts at its end and is therefore bilobed. Sepals can vary in number with species, but generally lilacs have 4 sepals that are also fused at the base as per previous slide. The following slide depicts a generalised flower dissection which reflects some of these points and may be stopped at any point to view. Notably, the ovary is given in lilac to be superior. Here we see some notable points. 1. The stigma and style is located within the corolla or flower tube, with the stamens composed of filaments and anthers above it. In the bottom right, we also see the flower tube, and at the base of the flower tube we may see 4 fused sepals at its base. In the bottom left hand corner of this slide we can see the green swelling of the ovary, which in lilac is given to be superior, i.e. a superior ovary. The inflorescences of lilac are arranged in dense terminal panicles between 8 and 18 centimetres long. The flower clusters around the main flower stalk are called thrices or thyrsus and may be up to 20 centimetres in length. The flowers bloom from the bottom to the top in each thrice. As per our introduction, we referred to the term panicle. A panicle is a highly branched flower cluster and features flowers arranged on short stems known as pedicels. The structure allows for a complex arrangement of inflorescence, often resulting in pyramidal or elongated shapes. A panicle may have determinate or indeterminate growth. And finally, the meaning of thrice. A thrice is a type of inflorescence in which the main axis grows indeterminately and the subaxis or branches have determinate growth. The following slides illustrate. The optimal flowering period for lilac is generally between April and June. Turning to the leaves of the plant, the leaves are simple, 4 to 12 centimetres long or 3 to 8 centimetres wide. They are light green to glaucous and are oval or cordate in shape, i.e. heart-shaped at the base. They have pinnate leaf venation and a mucinate apex with an entire leaf margin. The leaves are arranged in opposite pairs or occasionally in whorls of 3. When insects pollinate and fertilise the flowers of lilac, many pale green fruits form on the branches, and at a later stage the fruit dries out to form capsules containing 2 seeds each. The common lilac exists in a number of cultivated varieties, reflecting colour, shape, form and hardiness. In this short video, we're not going to illustrate each dichotic character of every cultivar, but simply to point out that such factors include the flower form, whether single, double or radially double, and the colour of the flowers as defined by colour charts, amongst other factors. So let us now allow this fragrant flower in its array of colours to speak for itself. Well folks, that's it from me and this fragrant plant of early spring. If you have liked or enjoyed this video or found it interesting or educational, please like, share and subscribe to help this channel become a success. All that remains to be said, in the words of Maggie, our international symbol of floral excellence, is to get yourself out there and enjoy the great outdoors.